So this is from a tentative series called Creation Myths. Creation Myth 2. That time none of us thought we'd see 30. We waited finger jig, rib tingle. The anticipation was nothing we expected. Naturally, we suspected everything. Toe tap, eye wire, earworm, bus jolt. It all seemed to lie in wait. A feather's good as a lion's weight when the scales are already tipped. It was absurd to think they weren't. Looking back, mostly we were drunk or high or wired, and I don't know why we thought we could make it over the canyon of our 20s, except maybe sometimes we thought we were exceptions. When we discovered the ice cream headache of being alive, we discovered it wasn't a discovery. How novel. How strange to be so thoroughly anticipated. How new. What a relief to be told exactly, unexceptionally, how old we really were. Hover for Gerard Manley Hopkins. I saw a peregrine drift to the weather vane of the church. Wedge of sky snagged on cross of rusted copper, and there was no ringing, no golden glory hallowed crowning, only the bird himself, that one, and no other, who huddled against the human spire held hammered metal as if to refute the higher airs, burnished wind, clang and carolin of cloud. Precisely how sound seduces into sense and out. This is the truth about heaven. The living sky is feathered, drab, finite. He likes to eat. He rips, gouges, tears. And sparrows fear him, feel heat shimmer of his regard, his hunger, hide. But he's only a little thing. He leans into blank space. White flashes under his wings. They are nothing like a child's hands raised in prayer, nothing like thunder. Something unkind to metaphor and music holds us asunder, shears. He disappears. This next long poem is pretty old. Postulates, examples, and appendices. Postulate 1. The ones who live for words crippled, dead man's tongue between their lips, no word theirs, none to open the doors of gravity and time, falling always as bodies must fall. Who stutter, who stumble, who scratch at silence and death, as if these were wounds that might bleed meaning. Who have parched for fluency like water, whose mouths instead are filled with pebbles, shards of the world that will not speak. Postulate 2. The city of foam, 4 million bubbles, light of the world splintered, bent. You see red, I see black. Behind us towers rising in black froth, keens like wind. Poison light, sodium, halogen, mercury, ferment, red, gray, black, American dusk, night predator eyes. Example 1, obscure dead poet. 3 days before he died, said the devil still had him by the insides of his lungs, shaking them blue. The devil, whose body was the thin red ink in his cough, draining him fleshless, his skin paper thin, tendons like flat rice noodles. Worse than smallpox. Devil, the poem, the unfinished. Example 2, homeless woman in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Are you Steve Jobs? Are you a blogger? Are you free? Are you a poet? Do you have an algorithm that makes you free? If we sat down and had a conversation, your style of poetry and my style, if we were recorded in the basement of MIT, if Doonesbury and Dilbert side by side in the newspaper, if they started in the last panel to have a conversation, if we were talking heads in a museum, your algorithm, my algorithm talking, and if we on the other side of the glass, we only know disturbing the universe, we only know the crucible, we only know time, space, we only watch the body bags, all the body bags numbered, metaphor 5 seconds on the planet. If they need protection from the heat, are you in heat? Then are you following me? Do you have an appointment? Do you want Newtonian secrets? Are you Figment Newton? Are you Braintree? Do you have an uncompromised cigarette? Do you owe me a copy? Are you talking head? Are you free? Are you algorithm conversation? Are you disturbing glass? Are you crucible following other side? Are you better brain chair? Are you last talking universe? Are you poetry from protection? Are you secret tree acceleration? Happy number space? Happy metaphor museum? Happy body bags? Example, appendix 1 to example 2, Dilbert to Doonesbury. What happened? What? To the chair. What chair? The chair that was there. I didn't see anything happen. What do you want? I want a better world. Here, take it. What? The world. Which chair? Whichever one you want. Example 3, also appendix 2 to example 2, me. I was sitting 10 feet from her. I was listening. I wanted her to speak a little louder. I thought she'd be interesting in a poem. Example 4, also appendix 3 to example 2, you, also me. You saw her too. Pollinating the invisible. She floated by summer from seat to seat like a big gray moth. Her face, the cracks in the ground where a river once dreamt muttering. Her eyes, the fish, scales caught in the cracks. Our gaze was the water that dried, that leapt away as steam, hissing. Appendix 1 to example 4, also, etc., etc. By fish scales mean quarters, by quarters mean unwarranted coinage, by unwarranted coinage mean impromptu funerals, by fish scales, by quarters mean dehydrated pearls, by dehydrated mean bereft, by bereft mean bird, shadow, and canopy, by bird mean Plato, by shadow mean searching for a crumb, by canopy mean tattered maps, by mean bereft, by quarters mean begrudged, by begrudge mean a small gap in memory, by memory mean a conversation between ions, by conversation mean lines of force, by force mean rumbling garbage trucks, by mean bereft, mean fish scales, mean quarters, mean tatters, mean rumbling, mean lines, mean sparrow, mean memory, mean funerals, mean eyes. Partially deleted example. After Auschwitz, it is barbaric to write poetry. Or 4 teenage girls, circa 2005, played Trivial Pursuit, Friends Edition, and the Dunkin' Donuts next to kosher pizza and Chinese in Highland Park, New Jersey, on the night after Christmas in the middle of a snowstorm, surrounded by her friends who are their friends, who are also talking while everybody listens to Magic 106.9, New Jersey's continuous soft rock station. How did Phoebe's mom commit suicide? How did she what? Commit suicide? No, Rachel. Sued? Swayed? Oh, she did. Killed a lawyer? By herself? Poisoned her leather? Fucked up? Herself? I don't know. So this guy at the movie just gets out of his seat. It's why pulls down its pants. I don't know either. Starts pissing on the stairs. These songs are... That monkey humps everything. Oh, I love this song. Me neither. I'm a loser, baby. Give you a hint? So why don't you kill me? Yeah, humped everything. Wait, wasn't it? Hey, I know. Razor? No, smelly cat. So much snow. Wait, who? Think. No hints. Still Ross? No, think of the Holocaust. Pet monkey. Oh, oh, oh. I know, fire? No, no. Starvation? This movie, nobody had to name this guy and a girl she did Lyme disease? What? You know where they don't get enough vitamin E and their teeth need to eat more limes? Just made out Fallout what bomb? Little Diddy in Poland? Poland? Stuck her head. Gas oven? Oh yeah. Duh, it's a methane. Crystal? No, methylene, the blue. No, they use Zicam. A cold? Still snowing. Don't you know anything about Austerlitz? I hope it snows forever.